Hello and welcome to round 14 of the 2020 Formula Virtual World Championship here from Monza in Italy. My name's Bradley Doughton and I'm joined today by Lily Westwood.
Buongiorno.
Today then the drivers will be tackling 53 laps of this famous 5.793km circuit known as the Temple of Speed. Adrian Simon holds the lap record and won here last season. Matthew have won for the last 2 years in a row. Can they follow that up today and try and close down the championship lead that Downton have built? Let's take a look through the grid then, and it's Downton who are best placed. Nathaniel Powers with his second pole position in a row. Klaus van Snelheid beaten out by just 1/4 of a second, lines up alongside him on the front row. It's the two Matthew Porsches making up row 2. Enrique Ruiz was really close to the Downtons in qualifying. Adrian Simon starts from 4th. Powers on pole is on the medium, so keep an eye on that because all those behind on the soft tyres. Johan Halvorsen and James Vazquez brilliantly in qualifying. They beat out first to make it onto the 3rd row and knock him first down to row 4 then. Felix Perez ahead of Will Hoskins. Hoskins also starts on those medium tyres, an outlier in amongst sort of the top 10. Most are on the softs. We get a few mix-ups further down. Gabriele Garcia far improved from practice on Friday. He is much closer to his teammate, starts from 9th. Hunter Ryan rounding out the 5th row and the top 10, just ahead of Marcus Thunder. Stellar effort from the Brit in the Lucas car. He beats out Puccio Giordano to head row 6 and gives Lucas a good shout of points and possibly taking back or getting themselves out of Q1. Phoenix and Sergio Valvarez and Thierry Zylander line up on row 7. The Argentine there ahead of his teammate, both of those guys on the medium tyres. They line up ahead of Jean Matson, who once again struggles to match his teammate. Carl Beckenbauer starts from 16th in the second of the Westwood cars, back after his small injury from last time out. He is the only driver on the hard tyres, so keep an eye and see how he does. Alar Kanga goes from 17th in the lead of the Lopez cars. Carson Davenport disappointed not to match his teammate. He starts down in 18th position. Nick Addison, the lead of the Franklins, they were disappointed with that after scoring points last time out. He starts 19th. Dominicas Viranas has a lot of work to do, but he has got the extra soft tyre and we've seen him make a lot of overtakes on that tyre already this season, so keep an eye on the Lithuanian from 20th. Elroy Wagner starts in 21st, just ahead of Nikolai Milkovic, who lines up alongside him on row 11. Enzo Dominicali really disappointed with 23rd at his home race. Following the points in Belgium, he starts alongside Timo Kinnaman, and on the back row we've got Yukumi Takahashi and Gianni Ledesma, who with a stellar effort in qualifying made it into his home race. So as we go down to the grid then, it's Nathaniel Powers in pole position, teammate Klaus van Snelheid alongside him on the front row. The lights go out now and we're racing in Monza. It's a great start then from Klaus van Snelheid, who already draws up and alongside his teammate as they head on the long run down to turn 1. Behind them, Adrian Simon has lost 4th place to Johan Halvorsen. Ruiz trying to go with the top 2 then, but it's Klaus van Snelheid with the inside line into the Rettifilio chicane, but that's still side by side the two Downtons then. Powers gets the traction on the exit of the corner and they're going side by side through the Curva Grande. Enrique Ruiz going with them as Halvorsen behind, now trying to fend off Adrian Simon up on the run up to the Della Roggia chicane then. Powers and Klaus van Snelheid going in wheel to wheel, and it's Klaus van Snelheid then who gets the jump. Ruiz now trying to take advantage as well and he goes through on Powers into second.
Yeah, Powers really struggling to switch on those medium tyres early on, just going backwards, and now we've got Simon mired behind Halvorsen, who's had a fantastic start into 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. It's into Lesmo too then. That's Perez up the inside of Vasquez, but he can't quite make that one work.
Yeah, that's a little bit too tight to be trying that in there, but he's just letting him know he's there. He's shown himself in his in Vasquez's mirrors, I suppose.
Absolutely. Lesmo too, not an overtaking place, but now he's trying into Ascari as well. That could hurt him though, as Will Hoskins. Yeah, he does. Gets around the outside and goes past his teammate.
Yeah, absolutely. So Will Hoskins, he's been around for a while. He's seen plenty of stuff like that before, and now look at how much that has bunched up the train as we've got Giordano going defensive into the Parabolica. He goes back to the racing line. Okay.
But, and they all file through them one behind the other. That's going to hurt first strategy because Hoskins is on the medium tyres, Perez is on the softs. As slightly further up, that's Adrian Simon out of the slipstream on Johan Halvorsen, trying to move back up into 4th place.
Halvorsen showed you means business there by kind of chopping across.
Oh, sorry, it's just in front of them. Powers down the inside of Enrique Ruiz into turn 1 then, and Nathaniel Powers moves back into second.
Yeah, as I think that is... Yeah, Halvorsen has lost the place to Simon there. And that is Perez past Garcia, maybe? No, he was defending.
Yeah, I think that was Perez trying to get Hoskins, but didn't quite manage it. As back on board with Enrique Ruiz, then he's determined. He's not giving this place up, has he? He's determined to try and fight it back from Nathaniel Powers. His class van Schnellhardt is just disappearing into the distance.
Yeah, certainly. Someone else has had a bad start. Hunter Ryan here, falling 2 places, but Thunder making his way up into the point-scoring positions on the first lap. Fantastic job there from the Lucas driver.
Yeah, Marcus Thunder and Carson Davenport then, who were... well, I mean, Davenport was on for some really strong points last time out in Belgium, but that's Powers defending from Ruiz into the Ascari chicane. Ruiz sweeps around the outside at turn 8 and goes back into second then. Powers now under pressure from Adrian Simon.
Here we go. This is some real racing. This is,
absolutely, and Simon's got the run then, using the slipstream from his teammate into the Parabolica. Simon is going to go wheel to wheel with Nathaniel Powers. They're side by side through the Parabolica.
He's had to back out of that one there, but Powers is under some heavy pressure here.
Yeah,
even,
isn't he, Justin? This is putting Halverson and Vasquez all over them.
Yeah, exactly.
As there we go then, it's a 4-car train. Absolutely nose to tail as they head into turn 1. Ruiz, no, that's Simon, sorry, diving for the inside, but can't make that one work then. Powers gets the traction on the exit.
Absolutely, he's really quite... Oh, as we've got the Phoenix going side by side, Giordano repels an attack from Ryan. We've got Thunder looking to move past Gabriele Garcia. It is all kicking off here.
And he has, yeah, Thunder is up into 9th then, ahead of Gabriele Garcia, now defends on the inside into the De La Rocha chicanes. The 2 first to go wheel to wheel. That's Perez trying to get through past his teammate, but still not making it work just yet.
No, as that's Giordano right up gearbox then of Garcia, who has obviously lost those places and looking a little bit rough on this opening couple of laps, just like Powers is.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's a first in the wall. That's Perez then. Felix Perez has crashed here at Monza.
I can only imagine that's on the exit of one of the Lesmos.
Yeah, gotta be, surely. Hopefully we'll get a replay of that one. But look, it's cost Hoskins time as well. Hoskins is down to 17. Have the 2 firsts come together? Here we go. Replay on board with Perez then. Oh, Perez tried to turn in far too early to Lesmo 1. Then collected his teammate.
I mean, the team isn't really going to move anywhere in the constructors, but it's embarrassing to see that happen.
Absolutely. Powers on Simon then. Down the straight and back ahead into 3rd place down turn 1, defends, covers the inside line as Halverson now under pressure from James Vasquez as Vasquez goes through into 5th.
Can I say, how incredible is it that now Thunder has been moved up into 7th place? This would be huge for the Q1 battle.
Yeah, absolutely will then. This is, well, he'll be getting a nosebleed up in there.
Yeah, getting a bit dizzy, kind of making sure he doesn't look down.
But he's under pressure from Garcia though, he might be about to slip down to 8th place, but that's no, Garcia's putting himself in the bad position. Giordano takes advantage.
That was a beautiful move from the Italian there. It's home V-Prix and he moves himself up into 8th place, chasing down Marcus Thunder now.
Yeah, beautiful bit of driving there from Puccio Giordano to take advantage of Garcia being slightly bulked into the De La Rocha chicane as we go on board with Hunter Ryan now, trying to get past the Brazilian as well.
Powers.
Oh yeah, Simon back through. How often have these 2 swapped places? It's ridiculous. Powers though pressuring him into the Parabolica now, looking for the outside line. That's never going to work.
Also, Vasquez and Halverson going hammer and tong into the
Parabolica. Halverson just holds. That was a mega slide then for the Dane, but Johan Halverson held onto it, and he's dropped about a second or so, but I mean, he'd just be impressed he's not in the gravel.
Absolutely. Oh, so here we go then. Powers again up the inside into the Rettifilio, down into turn 1. Doesn't even need to be the latest, the last break, the last delay. Damn it!
We all knew what you meant. Giordano's going to do it as well then, surely on the inside of Marcus Thunder, and indeed Giordano moves up, or does he? Thunder's coming back at him. Thunder
was back.
Yeah, Marcus
Thunder with
Thunder.
a fantastic drive out the chicane.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
Much better traction than for Marcus Thunder.
Thanks.
Giordano sticking with him though. Front wheel against rear wheel all the way through the Curva Grande. He's going to have the outside line into the Della Roggia, but he might pinch Thunder on the inside here if he can brake later. And indeed he does.
It's close.
Giordano, they're still wheel to wheel, but he's got the traction.
Giordano gets that traction out of the Della Roggia. Fantastic battling.
Absolutely beautiful there then from the Italian, as you say, at his home race. And up into 7th now. Really decent from a quite disappointing qualifying performance.
Yes, Westwood having looked rather off to the pace all weekend as we've got the Lopez boys coming out of the Lesmo 2 side by side. That's not going to do them any favours when they're already down on where they would have hoped to be.
Absolutely,
But,
19th and 20th Wagner and Kangaroo.
Yeah, and they're, you know, moving all over the track. Domenicali's getting involved. He's up the inside. I think that's Kinnaman.
Looked like a rolling start, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
We've got them 2 by 2 by 2.
Oh, this is great. Ledesma mixing it up as well after a fantastic performance in qualifying. It is first home V-Prix. We'll touch on that later. As that looked like a little bit of a moment there from Wagner, but he's made the place around the outside of Parabolica. That was fantastic driving.
Yeah, I think it absolutely was. That was the back end kicking out then for Elroy Wagner. As Thunder's gone back through on Giordano up into 7th place. Fantastic to see the Lucas actually being able to mix it with these guys who have been fighting right at the front of the midfield battle here then. But that's Hunter Ryan past Alvarez and up into 9th now. Pressuring Giordano as Thunder's trying to make a bit of a break for it.
Yeah, if he's going to make a break for it, it's got to be now. As Beckenbauer is under attack here from Addison for 15th place. Obviously the only driver on the hard tyres. He's surely going to lose this position. The outside line seems favourable. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, and Carson Davenport trying to follow the Australian through. I think he's going to get the traction and the run into Lesmo 1 then. Carson Davenport up the inside. No, Beckenbauer holds it on the outside line.
Fantastic job to repel that attack there, because obviously it would have been easy to lose even more places there.
Absolutely would have done. Is now on board with Zviranas. And where's the Lithuanians? 14th then, trying to challenge Thierry Zylander. But nothing doing there just yet. I don't think he's going to manage anything there into the Ascari chicane.
Garcia pulls ahead into 9th place.
Yeah, and Zviranas actually lost a position there to Addison.
So Giordano and Thunder have made that gap that they need to make now, because Thunder's got about a second and a half back to Giordano. Oh,
yeah, and this is Powers then drafting past Adrian Simon and once again goes through into 3rd, down into 2nd. These two battling though. They're costing themselves an awful lot of time, especially Powers on the especially Simon on the soft tyre.
Yeah, Powers obviously will be looking to hold up as much as he can to try and make this strategy work. But I mean, we've got, I don't even know who or what that is.
So this is Garcia, Ryan, Alvarez and Matson.
Alvarez is getting their nose in.
I mean, to be fair, actually, this is everyone from like 9th down.
Yeah. This is brilliant stuff as Hoskins makes a place back past Carl Beckenbauer there for 16th. Not the race that first would have been looking for us. Yeah, it's, yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, they've come together, which has put them down the order, but even in qualifying, first were relegated to the 4th row by brilliant performances from Halverson and Vasquez, it has to be said, but really unexpected. I mean, they have been an absolute staple in the top 3 rows on the grid. Yeah,
they've had. Oh, here we go. Powers. Oh, there's a lot of weaving going on there from Simon. Powers settles in behind, but yeah, no, they've pretty much had.
Oh, and slow suddenly.
Powers there? Yeah, he's.
Powers suddenly losing a lot of time there through the middle section of the Parabolica, and that's put. I mean, you can tell how much they've been battling. Vasquez and Halverson are still within a couple of seconds of them.
Yeah, that's an odd. Oh, as Ryan has got past Garcia again.
I'll tell you what that might have done though now. That might have given Simon the break that he needs.
Yeah, to be fair, with the soft tyre, I think Powers might have just made a mistake there. Here we go. Garcia back up the inside of Ryan. We've got Matson now pressuring, is that Alvarez? Yeah. Ryan around the outside, keeps the place.
Yeah.
Alvarez is going to be looking for a little bit of this tasty action.
Holds it then as Hunter Ryan goes into 9th place. But yeah, these guys battling. Look, they're now 4 seconds behind Giordano.
Ooh. Beckenbauer under some heavy fire now from behind. He's Those hard tyres are just not switching on for him as Wagner sweeps around the outside, I assume. No, they stay. Yeah, Wagner goes, and so does Davenport.
No, he doesn't. No,
Davenport
Davenport.
can't quite
So
make the
Davenport's actually lost ground here then, hasn't he? Oh, as Beckenbauer spins! Beckenbauer spins at the first Lesmo then and just gets off the track. Everyone avoids him, but that is not going to help his strategy whatsoever.
Not at all. That's he might as well not be there now. Silly mistake, but he did very well to recover and get out of the line of fire. As that's Matson around the outside of the second part of Ascari, past Alvaro. That's a bit of a move.
It is, as we get
Because we got some nice.
about 7 different, 8, 9, 10 different shots of a Phoenix.
Yeah.
Beautiful there. Oh, Zylander on the grass trying to get past Alvarez on the outside of the Parabolica.
Well, yeah, that was the contractual camera time for all of Phoenix's sponsors there, and they've had it all. They're all good.
I was going to say that was brilliant. I don't think I've ever seen so many camera angles.
The gap between like Giordano and Garcia, like Garcia and Ryan are going at this again.
And that's why.
Yeah, because they keep on battling. So it's very much and also Giordano, he is slowly catching Thunder, but not by much.
Yeah, there's not a lot. They're both on the softs, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, tight battle there. I mean, I think the Westwood I think is the quicker car. So I mean, to be expected. But yeah, Thunder doing a brilliant job so far, holding on to 7th place.
Because Thunder's been I can't remember if he was strong in practice, but he was very strong in qualifying, and he's carried that performance through the race so far.
Yeah, I don't think they were anything special in practice. Sort of like solid midfield. About where they have been in recent races.
Oh, so we've got, I think that's Addison up the inside. No, that's Domenicali up the inside of Ledesma. Ledesma loses the place. Those extra softs
and
maybe starting to a bit.
He's going to slip out behind Milkovic as well. Who we've got a few drivers on the extra softs, haven't we?
We have.
Zviranas. I know Takahashi. Kinnaman.
Yes, Kinnaman.
And I think
as Ryan and Garcia again battle it out.
I think Wagner as well, but I need to check that one.
Ryan would be hoping for a lot more pace out of these soft tyres. He's struggling to hold off the medium tyre runs behind him. All he's really doing is handing an advantage to Thunder and Giordano here.
No, Wagner's on the softs, sorry, not the extra softs.
Oh.
Which will be the super softs again next season.
Hey, yes, that is another
anyone
bit of
missed
news
that.
we wrote down in our notes that we didn't write down in our notes. But yes, back to super softs.
And that just rolls off the tongue so much nicer, and I won't have to.
Super soft is, well, it's fun to say. It's nice to say. Josh, it's nice to say.
No, don't say it. I don't know what you're thinking, but don't say it.
Say. I couldn't think of anything.
Thank God.
I was about to say I was about to say Will Heineken.
That's not his name.
Oh, it's not. You're right.
Oh, Giordano's got Thunder.
Past Thunder. Here we go. So Thunder's surely going to come back at him on this main straight here.
I mean, he'll certainly have a run in the slipstream. He's very, very close to the Italian, but
if he doesn't make
is he going to risk it?
You wonder, is Giordano going to pull away here?
Well, yeah, I think he might. Yeah, Thunder's not quite good enough then to come back at the Italian, and I think, to be honest, he's got. Yeah, we've got.
They're up the inside. Morris goes defensive. That forces Ireland into him.
Oh! I mean,
he's done the pair of them. No, he hasn't. Okay, but wow,
that's one way to get past your teammate. Just drive off track.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't think Alvarez left him with much choice.
No, he absolutely didn't. But now the pair of them then coming at Jean Matson into the Della Roggia chicane. Alvarez switches from the outside to the inside, dives on Matson, but doesn't make it work.
No, I'm sure Matson's seen that one before, but that was a very nice move there from the young Belgian.
Absolutely has. There's up front, I think it's the first time we've seen him since the opening lap. Klaas van Snelheid just casually going about his business then, solidly 3.5 seconds in the lead.
Yeah, Ruiz doing his best to keep touch with the Dutchman, but can't quite keep the pace up.
No, absolutely. All of the action's been behind. But how are we 10 laps in already? I feel like I've not stopped talking.
I don't know. Like, we've been just chatting non-stop for nearly 20 minutes now.
This is
Here we go then.
absolutely mental. As Thunder stuck with him through
Definitely
this
in
lap
for a
then.
scrap. Sorry?
Thunder stuck with him through this lap.
Yeah, so that's quite impressive then. And, oh, look at the run he's got with that down to power unit in the back of the car.
Yeah, absolutely
Surely he's gonna
beautiful.
have to place before the corner.
Thunder, surely, yeah. Surely he's going to just breeze past. And
There it is.
well, he's got to wheel, but I don't think he's going to get any further. He's going to have to do it on the brakes then, is the British driver, and indeed he does.
Giordano backs out of that one, decides to scratch in the bet part of Valader as that's Garcia up the inside of Hunter Ryan. It's turn 1. That's him taking back 9th place once more.
I tell you what though, I'm starting to wonder with Thunder whether he'd be better off letting Giordano go and just following the Italian. He's some 8 seconds already clear of sort of like the guys behind. And okay, they're still battling, so they're losing time. But if he starts battling with Giordano, they're going to cost themselves time as well. And 8th place would be, I mean, crucial for Lucas as it is.
Side by side, sorry, that's Alvarez past Matson there. No, defending from Matson. But yeah,
No,
they're
they've both got him.
absolutely
Matson
right.
was ahead of the 2 Phoenix cars. They're now 11th and
Oh.
12th.
Very strong performance then from the Phoenix boys. Wait, no, because they started 13th and 14th, and both the first cars fell behind them.
Yeah, but they were ahead of they were behind Matson a lap or 2 ago.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Matson coming back at Alvarez.
That's really tight into there. But I think he's got it. He has.
Yeah, beautiful move from the Frenchman. Who,
As
interestingly, no, I'm going to cut you off because I'm going to go on Matson. Matson in his 100th race for Ingram here today.
yes, celebrating quite the milestone here. As we've got Giordano up the inside, and you know Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, easy as you like. But oh my god!
Oh my god, that's like
The
a
cars there.
7-car train then down the start-finish straight.
Yeah.
Matson covers off. I think that's Alvarez. That's given Ryan and Zveranas, sorry, and Hoskins a brilliant run down the inside. Zveranas is going to take advantage. I think he's taken about 3 cars there.
Yeah, I was going to say that's some fantastic work from the
Yep,
Lithuanian.
yep. But he is on
Also,
the extra
actually,
soft
correct,
tyres though. Let's
didn't-
not forget. As
Oh,
into the pits.
Takahashi and
Yeah, Ledesma and Takahashi. And Kinnaman pitted as well then. So those on the extra soft. So they went. What was that? 12 laps.
perhaps. Yeah, that's
4.
4 stops. That's not too shabby actually. For
It's
an
not,
extra
but they've
soft,
not really
tyre,
made a
4 stops
considerable
is
amount of progress,
okay.
have they?
No, that's true, but they've been stuck in that. Mind you, being stuck in the traffic is actually quite good at this track, isn't it? Getting that nice slipstream.
It is, but I think we've seen that battling is absolutely costing drivers time here, and they need to try and sort of
Oh,
break away if they
100%.
can. Like
You need to find
Zveranas
that
is doing
sweet
here,
spot.
although he's about to pit.
Yes, he's to be fair, making them go a bit longer. He might actually make it on 3 stops. 30, 26, 39, and
Well, no, because it's going to be the end of lap 30. I don't think he will. I think it'll still be 4.
I think he's got a chance of managing 3 stops, but he has to be careful. Giordano once again trades places with Thunder.
Yeah, the pair of them now 9 seconds clear of those behind because they're all going wheel to wheel still.
Yes, they won't stop battling each other. It's great.
Although
to
actually,
see that.
Ryan Garcia and Zylander have
Ooh.
broken free of this little gaggle, haven't they? Now they're some 5 seconds up the road as Hoskins
Looks a
moves
bit
back into 12th place.
Yeah, looked a bit like Matson took a bit of a knock there.
Possibly, yeah. But so just back on Matson then. Obviously, his 100th race for Ingram. Interesting to note, since he scored that breakthrough podium with them at Indianapolis a few races ago, he's not actually scored points.
Is he not?
No. He's finished 11th, 12th or 13th in every race since.
That's pretty rough.
And a real significant margin behind his teammate in all of them as well.
Yeah, Vasquez has kind of been showing Matson the way lately.
Absolutely
Oh,
has. As
Matson
the
is
Frenchman
now
defends
going
the
up
inside
the
line into
side.
Ascari. That's going to allow Addison surely around the outside. And indeed it does. The Australian sweeps into 14th place then. And Franklin Nadesan will be looking at this, and he will be desperate to try and move up the order, because they're seeing Thunder up there in 7th place for Lucas. And, well, that's going to cost Franklin 10th in the championship as it stands at the moment.
Yeah, to be fair, that's like it's a really solid performance. We don't know who's going to come out on top yet. I think the pit stops might split Thunder and Giordano. We just have to wait and see. But yeah, Thunder either way looking strong for some decent points right now. Touchwood.
Yeah, absolutely. They certainly are at the moment. Lucas are, well, Thunder is some 10 seconds clear now of Hunter Ryan in 9th place as we go 3 wide into turn 1. The two Lopez cars sandwiching Carson Davenport, and incredibly, they all come out with it.
Yeah, what a treat that was. And while we're on the topic of Carson Davenport, I suppose, bit of news. We'll hold off on that though, because I think there's about to be some action with the De La Roggia. Carson Davenport around the outside. Oh, this is filthy, and I love it.
And it is
he's
racemanship like that that has got him a drive at Meteor next season.
Absolutely. BMPS Meteor, Scuderia Meteor Lamborghini have enlisted the services.
That's a mouthful.
Sorry?
That's a mouthful.
It's like Coca-Cola team Porsche Mathershore. It's a lot of words, but it sounds good. Yes, so obviously on loan from the
Lucas
purple outfit, headed to Italy for the time being.
Indeed. Which he will be alongside Felix Bayer, who will be retained, while Gianni Ledesma, who taking part in an Italian V-Prix, his home race, for the first time here today, and it'll, well, from the looks of things, it'll also be the last time, because he's going to be bumped back down to reserve driver next season.
I have to admit, there's not really a worse place to find out you're losing your race seat for next season, is there? Your home race. That's
it is a bit of a kicker, isn't it?
Fun.
Yeah, but what that does do then, with the announcement of Davenport moving to Meteor, is it opens up what we presume is one seat. There haven't been any announcements at Lucas at the moment, but I mean, given Davenport leaving, we're assuming Thunder is going to stay. So it opens up at least one seat at that team, as we're going to cut across that because Klaas van Snelheid dives through the pit lane then. The race leader at the end of lap 15 is in on his soft tyres. Ruiz follows him, and surely Simon will as well.
Yeah, so they're all fighting into the pits now. So that's a nailed-on three-stopper, I think.
Absolutely is. 15, 30, 45 as Nathaniel Powers takes the lead then here at Monza. James Vazquez, is he going to pit or is he going to move into second? He pits, so Klaas van Snelheid rejoins in second place. Ruiz and Simon will surely follow him out, still third and fourth.
Yeah, so that's pretty stellar job.
Slight contact there between Vazquez and Halverson as the Colombian exits the pit lane.
Oh, here we go. We've got pit stops from Westwood and Lucas.
Contact again! Giordano has lost a bit of his front wing there.
And Dundas just went over it.
Yeah, and that looked as though it flicked it up onto the pit wall. Hopefully that hasn't hit anyone. We'll try and get some confirmation. But yeah, some slight contact there then between Giordano and Thunder in the pit lane.
Yes, absolutely. And well, Giordano now stuck with an injured car for 15 laps, while Thunder now that's cost him a lot of places.
It has, hasn't it? Yeah, Thunder's come out then behind his teammate and the two Lopez.
Yeah, that's... he's not going to be happy, Bunny, about that.
No, you'd imagine Davenport will let him by fairly swiftly. Meanwhile, Wagner's on the softs, so we'll pit at the end of the lap anyway.
Yeah, actually, you're right. And then...
So it's just Kanga that he's really got to worry about.
But, yeah, I mean, quite tight pit boxes here then.
Yeah, seems it, doesn't it? That's two collisions we saw in two pit stops.
I mean, didn't look much like the fault of Giordano's. Like, I don't know where he was meant to go.
Yeah, I think it's It is
It's
just
one of the things.
really tight, isn't it, to get in and out of pit boxes when you've got someone directly in front of you. But so here we go, this is Marcus Thunder, so Wagner does peel into the pits. Thunder's going to breeze straight by his teammate, and I wonder if he might get Kanga as well in one foul movement. But
Definitely looking to, as we've got these guys battling once again.
yep, as that's Giordano now, tucked up behind Matson and Addison. As indeed, no Davenport on Kanga. Thunder hasn't got either of them.
Oh, and he's lost so much. Well, he's lost not much time, but he's lost some time. He's got to make a move happen here, surely. I mean, Alvarez makes a move on Garcia.
Yeah, but Thunder still unable to get past his teammate and Alokanga. As I just want to mention the leading gap. It was 7 seconds when Klaas van Snelheid came out the pits, already down to 5.5. If Powers is only going to do one less pit stop here, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. He's the harder tyres are not looking good at the moment. They've not been able to switch on and provide as much grip as the soft tyres.
No, they haven't, have they? As Klaas van Snelheid smashes in a fastest lap on his mission to hunt down his teammate. Gap now at 5 seconds. Ruiz and Simon rapidly closing on the championship leader as well.
Yes, actually, that's right. So Powers, those medium tyres, again, obviously they didn't switch on at the start. They kind of settled down for a bit, and now he's just struggling a bit, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as soon as him and Simon stopped battling, they seemed to level out because he didn't really lose any further time. But yeah, now that the guys behind are on fresh softs, it is costing him. Giordano does, Addison and Matson.
Giordano with a double overtake into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, brilliant move there.
Fantastic stuff.
The crowd go absolutely wild then for their home heroes. Behind them, Thunder has now got his teammate and is trying to make progress past Alokanga, at which point he'll have a couple of seconds of clear air up to this little battle.
Yeah, look at...
Oh, and dives out late on Kanga! Surely not!
There's nearly so tight.
I'll tell you what, he's pinched Kanga on the inside of Lesmo 1, has he? No, Kanga just pulls across in time.
Yeah, Kanga...
Oh,
bit of a
but
sideways
slides his
there.
way.
Yeah, he's determined to get that position. Oh, his Thunder is really trying to... He's so eager to get past. He's got these pressure, softer tyres on his car. He needs that position.
Yeah, desperate to take advantage of him. What a run he's got now then, down into the Ascari chicane. Is he going to be able to do anything with it, or is Kanga going to place his car? He absolutely does beautifully in the middle of the road, and there's nothing that Thunder can do.
Yeah, good stuff there from our Kanga. Holds his nerve there. And also...
is that Alvarez putting Garcia on the dirt? And Garcia still gets the move done around the outside of the Parabolica. Beautiful from the Brazilian.
Giordano right on the back of the pair of the South Americans. He's going to see if he can go for another double overtake, I reckon.
Do you know what? I think he might stand a chance here. Oh no, he's boxed himself in. He's coming under pressure from Matson now then. Matson's got the inside line into the Rettifilio chicane, and Matson's going to go back through into 11th.
Or is he? Because Giordano's got a nice drive out of that corner.
That's true, and he'll have the traction on the fresh soft tyres.
Side by side. Yeah. But he's got the inside line for the De La Rogia, and that is not a favourable line to have.
And in fact, Matson's got him. Matson's got him.
That's most offensive.
Oh yeah, Giordano's surely, is he going to go back around the outside? No, he's under pressure from Addison. Addison trying to come at him.
Yeah, so Matson secures that place then. Addison, in a way... that's
Matson on Garcia. Where did Garcia lose so much time to?
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. Alvarez then into 9th. Matson up to 10th. Garcia slips to 11th.
And that's put Thunder right back in touching distance of Giordano.
It has. He's got Kanga. He's got Kanga somewhere.
No, he's past Kanga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got past Kanga somewhere.
Oh, he's got Kanga somewhere.
Yeah,
right,
Thunder
so
now right on the back of Nick Addison then.
Yeah. So the Italian there in the west would be very much a little nervous. As the soft tyres definitely look to be the tyre of choice today. They've already made up a stop on a lot of medium-tyred runners. As Giordano pulls out on Garcia, doesn't quite have the momentum on that full power unit though.
No,
as
absolutely.
Matson past Alvarez. Yeah, Matson takes that place, puts himself into 9th as Giordano goes around the outside of Garcia. Oh my god, it's like you can't, we can't keep up with it.
This is absolutely mental. We've had 20 laps of sheer brilliance here at Monza, and I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. As now Thunder all over the back of that's Nick Addison, then trying to move up into 13th place, but Garcia defends from Addison, and wow, that bulks him, and Thunder just sweeps around the outside.
He was determined to get that place back. Thunder is driving like a man possessed this weekend. Big sideways moment there through Esmo 1, keeps his foot in. Fantastic driving.
Oh, it's behind them. That's Davenport on Kanga.
Yeah, so Big Man Carson, as he's affectionately known in the paddock, takes that position off of him, moves into 15th.
Now he's defending though. Kanga's hit him. There's contact. Enzo Dominicali goes through past Kanga and into 16th. Is he going to get Carson as well? He's not quite though, but he's got to run into the Parabolica now, as we see Nathaniel Powers in the lead of the race. The gap now between down to his teammate, 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's going to be getting a bit nervous in that car. His old Nathaniel.
Yeah, it's to be honest, I'm not sure he's going to have much to defend with here. Although,
no, I think
he is getting, we're only, what, 4 laps away from the one-stop window?
I was about to say, 5 laps.
Wouldn't it be 26?
Between 4 and 5 laps.
Yeah.
So, 4.5 laps.
So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but it was a good few laps ago now that the soft-tired runners pitted, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think either he's at the end of his tyre life, or they're desperately trying to make those mediums go to a one-stop.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one, as that's Ruiz then. Sat currently in 3rd position, just trundling along. He's about 5 seconds clear of teammate Adrian Simon, who runs in 4th. And I tell you what, since these guys have stopped battling, they have really opened the gap up now, haven't they, to Vasquez and Halverson?
Oh yeah, they've done a stellar job. But this is probably going to be a weekend.
Oh, Zylander's got Hoskins, but he's just lost the place again.
That was beautiful as Alvarez defends nicely for Giordano. The former Westwood Youth Academy driver versus the current Westwood number 2 driver.
Did you forget which way around your drivers were?
I was like, well, yes, I did, but that's because my number 1 driver has scored no points this season. Well, he scored some.
I was going to say he scored a few.
He scored as many. Yeah, I can count the points he scored on one hand.
How many fingers do you have?
5.
Is that how many points he scored? Oh.
Yes, he scored.
I thought he was at 9.
I thought. Could you imagine? You were like, what? 9 fingers?
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Glass is looking really racy. He's in the zone here. That car looks like it's on rails through the Ascari chicane.
Absolutely does. He's now just 10ths behind his teammate. I genuinely don't think Powers is going to have any defence here down the main straight. There's Thunder.
No,
that might help him though. Thunder gets very sideways in the dirt. Yeah. But
by the way, makes his way past
look at the exit he's got. Candy from a baby for Klaas van Snelheid. Then he just drives past his teammate.
Absolutely. There's no competition there whatsoever. As he goes defensive into the rest of the video as well.
Yeah, I think that was just covering it off. But I mean, I don't think there's any chance that Powers is coming back at him.
Definitely, his tyres are spent.
Absolutely. And Klaas van Snelheid then goes back into the lead of the Italian V-Prix here at Monza. Powers slips to 2nd, and he's still not made a pit stop, so the class has already made up 1 on him.
Yeah.
It doesn't look great for the medium tyres,
really
does
it? It doesn't. They're really... I mean, we're not even halfway through and they've made up a pit stop, so even if they do manage the 1 stop, I can't see them beating the soft tyre.
No, absolutely. There's this is Marcus Thunder now in 12th place, challenging Sergio Alvarez and Jean Matson.
He's gone for the outside line.
Yeah, he has. I think he'll do it on Matson.
He's got it on Matson at least. He's got 1.
Brilliant there then from Thunder. And I tell you what, so these guys are all on the mediums, aren't they? So Thunder is 11th.
Yeah.
And even if these guys sort of, can make it to the end on Yeah, 2 stops now. He's already made up that 1 pit stop on these guys already. And he's only, as Giordano is, only a few seconds behind Hoskins and Zylander, who are kind of leading this midfield battle. I say leading the midfield battle. Vasquez and Halverson are leading the midfield battle, but they're so far clear, I'm counting them as front runners.
Hoskins has done a fantastic job to get himself back into the top 7.
He absolutely has.
I think that's worth pointing out. He's done phenomenally well, because it's not just having the faster car, it's getting through all that traffic. It's not easy.
Absolutely, although he's still under pressure from Thierry Zylander, as now they've got Giordano for company as well then.
Absolutely, the Italian looking to make more moves up the grid here. And here we go, let's see what they can do.
Yeah, surely he'll get a run on Thierry Zylander down the straight then, as behind him, Thunder has got Alvarez then. But we are watching Puccio Giordano in front of his home crowd, looking to go up into 8th place past Thierry Zylander. He's got the slipstream, but he's not going to do anything with it.
Oh, they're 3. Oh, I thought they were 3 wide there, as Alvarez defends on the inside from Thunder.
No, that's Alvarez coming back at him. Thunder was through. Thunder was through, so that's Alvarez going back up to 10th then.
That's not what Thunder would have wanted at all.
No, absolutely not.
I think it's still within Thunder's capabilities to get after that westward of Giordano if he can get his head down and just get past this pack. As Madsen puts his nose on the apex there. Very brave from the Frenchman. We got pissed off. Nathaniel Powers, lap 20. Oh,
so
that's a lap shy.
Yeah, lap 25 then.
For 1 stop.
That's going to be heartbreaking for those on the... I wonder if anyone on the mediums can go 1 then.
We're about to find out.
Who else?
Who's on the mediums?
We got Hoskins, Zylander, Alvarez, Madsen.
We'll have to wait to find out. Powers exits in a comfortable 4th place.
Yeah, some 8 seconds clear of Vasquez. Bearing in mind, the midfield have managed to make their tyres last longer than those at the front regularly this season. So let's watch them. Will Hoskins is in a front-running car, so I expect he will dive into the pits. Zylander. Zylander doesn't. Zylander's going to go on for a 1-stop, surely.
That's really worrying then for both Giordano and Hoskins. Not Hoskins, Thunder. As Giordano still doesn't look for a move on the Belgian.
He doesn't, but...
Thunder back up the inside of Alvarez.
What are we... so these guys are coming up to their 2nd pit stop window, aren't they? But they've already... they've already kind of gained 1 pit stop on them in half the race.
Tango with some supreme grip there over Nick Addison to take 13th place. That was a fantastic move.
Yeah, and bearing in mind, all of these guys are on worn medium tyres. None of them pitted. The only other driver who came in was Davenport and Nikolai Milkovic then, sorry. So there's a lot of drivers here hoping to eke this out for a 1-stopper on the mediums.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's kind of looking like they can do it. All of a sudden, in the midfield at least, the pressure is right back on the soft-tyred runners.
Absolutely. Giordano and Thunder have made their way through once, but it looks as though they are going to have to do it again then.
Yeah, I think they can. The Lucas, the Lucas in the hands of Thunder has looked really good this weekend. As Kanga goes up the inside of Hunter Ryan, not quite, but he's looking really feisty.
Absolutely.
But Thunder's been really strong all afternoon and yesterday.
As there we go, Zylander pits then. Zylander dives into the pit lane from what was 7th position, and surely everyone else on the mediums will now follow him because we're past the halfway mark here at Monza. Alvarez pits, Madsen pits, Garcia pits, and they all come flooding in.
Oh, Zylander loses time. He's been held, and he's hit his teammate.
Yeah, that was tight there.
Disaster
in the Phoenix box, and that's some slight front wing damage for Zylander. We saw the same for Giordano though. It doesn't look as though it's really cost him too much.
No. Got 4 seconds back to Thunder now, with both of them in pretty much clear air. There's Beckenbauer. Of course, Beckenbauer's on the hards. He's... whose idea was that?
Oh, that's contact! Oh! That is Gabriel Garcia round, having been hit by, I think that's Timo Kinnaman, and is that a front wing loss?
Yeah, Kanga just lost the front wing.
Oh, disaster then from Alar Kanga. being caught up in someone else's incident, as I think that was Timo Kinnaman turning round Gabriele Garcia.
Yeah, I think it was. Kinnaman, obviously. Here we go. Yeah, Kinnaman. Oh, okay, right. Garcia just swiped across onto his brake, into his
Oh, and then
Kanga
pulled across
couldn't have
back
done
on the
anything about
track,
that.
straight in front of Alakhan. There was nothing Kanga could do about that.
That's really disappointing. Garcia drove.
Oh, this is.
Plus is he's lapping.
I was I was suddenly
like,
what? I was like, what?
Yeah, no.
I tell you what, this is danger territory now then for Klaas van Snelheid in amongst this traffic, which we've seen regularly going 2 or 3 abreast.
Yes, to be fair, like he really needs to clear these guys really quick, or else Ruiz might find himself back in with a shout.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, the gap is already down to 2.9 seconds, and it was 3.5 before the pit stop. So Ruiz is absolutely closing up, but let's not forget, Ruiz has to come through this traffic as well, but it will be slightly easier for the Brazilian, because the back markers will already know there are guys coming, having let Klaas van Snelheid through.
Yeah, it's always the hardest being the first guy through on the blue flags, but yeah, the back markers, they do get a bit absorbed in their own battle sometimes.
Yeah, as the two Franklins
contact between
touch
the
going
Franklin
into
boys.
the Rettifilio chicane then. Addison passed Dominicali, but there was definite contact there.
Yeah, getting a little bit racy there in the Franklin garage. I wonder if there's going to be words had after this V-Prix.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not helping them at all, is it? 21st and 22nd.
No, obviously recently being relegated to Q1.
What? No, they haven't. They've got out of Q1.
They got out of Q1.
They got out of
Nothing with a
Q1.
different team. I think Chima.
Chima haven't been in Q1 for a while. It was Lucas who got knocked back into Q1 after Belgium. Not after Belgium. Yes, after Belgium.
My brain doesn't work. You have to understand this. Well, here we go. That's Ryan.
And
Or it's very nice.
it's got to be Zveranas because Ryan's nowhere near either the guys in front or behind him.
These extra softs are they're not doing too bad of a job. They're not great, but they're doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, where did Zveranas start? He was reasonably far down the order, wasn't he?
20th.
He was
so
20th,
he's doing
yep.
okay.
He's made positions, that's as much as you can ask.
Oh, Alvarez goes defensive. Gives Zveranas the racing line, and Zveranas says thank you very much.
But yeah, I'll tell you what, I mean, Alvarez opened the door and sent an invite there, didn't he?
Yeah, he fully just bent over and pulled down his trousers, to be honest.
Yep.
two kinds of people, by the way. Two kinds. Perez. Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, but Perez is well out of sequence with his pit stops.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, solid effort so far, and I mean, to be fair, he's got the car, hasn't he? So it'll be interesting to see where he can get to.
Yeah, although, as Wagner looks to the inside, Zylander around the outside into the Ascari. That was a little bit cheeky.
Wasn't it just? Brilliant move though from the Belgian.
Absolutely, yeah, fantastic stuff. What are we looking at for a pit delta here, by the way? Because we're looking at some soft-tired runners pit stops. Any lap
Do you know what? There has been so much going on. I've absolutely no idea.
If we look at least like a 20-second kind of,
as we're getting now numerous shots of a Lopez, as Wagner goes back past Thierry Zylander, then down the main straight. Zylander's got the inside line for turn 1 though, but no, Wagner's already clear.
Yeah, and Zylander just can't come back at him. He's going to have to settle in that Mancunian work of the... Oh, Alvarez is coming back at Zveranas. Okay.
Yeah.
Class
the extra soft tyres, not really. They don't seem an awful lot quicker than the softs, do they, to be fair?
No.
Bearing in mind Alvarez on the mediums as well, Zveranas should have disappeared into the distance.
I mean, yeah. But then also I think... Oh, there's a... Kinnaman and Beckenbauer.
Oh, that's Klaas van Snelheid then. Right, in a sandwich between Takahashi and Carson Davenport. Oh, Takahashi gets a slide. Thunder will Thunder?
His race as he tries to throw it off the inside.
I don't know where Thunder came from. Klaus van Snelheid will be desperate to get past Takahashi. Let's not forget, it was Takahashi spinning in front of Klaus van Snelheid that cost him time in Bahrain and any chance of challenging his teammate for the win there after Powers got the undercut on him.
Yeah, so he was very
Oh,
keen to...
it's Ruiz! This is Ruiz trying to lap a Franklin!
That's
I thought you were going to have him off there.
that's definitely a headline or an image of some kind, but yeah. That's the traffic is definitely not been the easiest thing for the front runners to contend with this
It hasn't, has it? I tell you what, I'm just wondering. Oh no, I think that's slightly too far back. I was just wondering if maybe Klaus, with no one in front of him to give him a tow, would just come under a little bit of pressure there from the back markers trying to unlap themselves. But I think he might. Oh yeah, Takahashi does dive for the inside, but Van Snelheid just about holds him off.
Yeah, so the slipstream with these cars is incredibly powerful then.
Isn't it just? This has been brilliant. As Davenport then
Fantastic
tries to go around the outside of Takahashi at the Curva Grande, but nope, lines himself up instead to go around the outside of the Della Roggia, but Takahashi parks his car beautifully in the middle of the road again.
Yeah, light contact there between Davenport and Takahashi, and that's caused Carson to just back off a little bit, but yeah, that's... oh my god, it's just not calming down.
It's not, is it? We have had 31 laps of manic. And it's been utterly brilliant. I've loved every second of it, as this is now... that's got to be Ruiz trying to lap the other Franklin. Nick Addison's pulled out. He's trying to unlap himself on...
Oh my god. It's a bit sketchy.
It is. It's getting tight in the... for the front runners now, isn't it? I tell you, look at the time he's losing now to Klaus van Snelheid, though, some 4.5 seconds up the road, as Adrian Simon now trying to put a lap slightly further back on Gabriele Garcia, but even he is catching his teammate.
Yeah, it's this is...
Hold up, aren't these guys due to pit? There we go.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it was lap 15 first time round, wasn't it? So they've really extended this.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they did.
Yeah, you'd have thought running in the dirty air of the back markers would have harmed their tyres, if anything. But yeah, the top three all dive in though, so Nathaniel Powers goes back into the lead. But Klaus van Snelheid... That's really close between Simon and Ruiz, but they've gained time on Klaus then.
So a slow stop for Danton, or maybe just held up by...
Oh, I don't know, actually, the gap's kind of stabilising a bit as they come out. There's back about 3.5, 4 seconds, isn't it? Which I think what it was roughly. As Vasquez and Halverson come in there, absolutely in the pit boxes, really close together there. Oof! And there was a slight clip, but I think Vasquez has got away with it.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Oh, it's Giordano carried on.
He has, yeah, and Giordano goes through past Vasquez into 5th then. So Giordano going to take an extra lap out of these, but I'll tell you what, that shows how far ahead Vasquez and Halverson is, doesn't it?
Yeah,
they've got a pit stop on those behind them.
I just wonder if some of the lower midfield are looking at trying to extend into a 2-stop.
What have we got? We've still got 20 laps to go. The most anyone's gone is 17. I don't think it's going to be possible.
It would be pretty tough, because even if he goes 18 here, he'd have to go to the end of next lap to make it feasible.
Yeah, and bearing in mind... Whoa!
Simon and
Hello!
Ruiz.
This isn't something we've really seen a lot this season, is it? Oh!
No, defending world champion versus former world champion at the team that we thought were going to be world champions. And it's going to be a doozy.
Were you just seeing how many times you could fit world champion in a sentence?
World champion.
There's Simon. Simon looks for the inside line then on Ruiz into the Rettifilio chicane. He's all over the curb. Simon's done it. He's through into 3rd.
That is the you can't put you can't put a value on that kind of trust. Literally millimeters between those two guys. Both so experienced, both so talented. As sure enough, Giordano goes into the pits, can't make that 2-stop work. But yeah, you cannot put a price on that kind of trust, that kind of commitment between two world champions. That's phenomenal driving.
Absolutely. Wow. I mean, you say that, but Simon was all over the curb on the inside. It looked as though, very similar to Alvarez and Zylander earlier, Ruiz didn't really leave him an awful lot of choice.
No, Ruiz did definitely squeeze him a little bit, but Simon knew that he wasn't going to run him off the road or anything like that. He did have to... Oh, there's Halverson around the outside then of Vasquez. Vasquez losing all that time behind the Westwood off Giordano and takes the place back.
Yeah, that was beautiful from Halverson. It's so late on the brakes into the Della Roggia chicane.
Yeah, he's that took a lot of faith in the car and in the other driver.
And his own talent.
Yeah, to be fair. That's... So Hoskins and Perez have settled back into 7th and 8th. Perez has to pit twice more, I think. That's Ruiz back past Simon on the straight.
And indeed, I'll tell you what, these two scrapping is going to help Nathaniel Powers up front. I'm just intrigued. Klaas had got ahead of Powers after his first stop, hadn't he? Which means they'd already gained a pit stop. Yet he's now come out 7.5 seconds behind. So Powers must have been quicker on the fresh mediums than those guys ahead of him on the softs.
I think maybe somehow tyre wear is actually more of a factor here than we thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Powers is really back in contention, but you know, he might not be the nailed-on fourth that we expected.
No, why is Vasquez pitting?
No, disaster then for James Vasquez, as the Colombian, who was running a really strong fifth, just lost out to Johan Halverson, has now had to make a third pit stop. Will that take him to the end? I think that might take him to the end. Oh, that's why! He's collided with Halverson trying to go back past into the Ascari chicane.
Yeah, so they would have had to check the car and make sure it's okay to carry on. Luckily it is, but he's got all the work to do now. He's on the same strategy as Thunder and Giordano, and he's now found himself in that battle.
Absolutely. That might not be as big a disaster as it looks, though, for Vasquez.
No, I think he can still pull back
I think he'll still manage that on 3 stops, so if anything, he's now got an undercut.
Yeah, but he is going to be really running out of tyres at the end when these guys are on fresh softs.
Yeah, so that's very true. And absolutely mired in traffic at the moment, which, as we've seen, cost you a considerable amount of time here at Monza. That's Powers off the road. Nathaniel Powers then, he was 7 seconds in the lead. He's now 0.3 of a second. Somewhere, well, I mean, I know where, it's the Della Roggia chicane, but somehow Nathaniel Powers has come unstuck.
I just wonder if that's something to do with traffic.
I think that is a very, very good bet.
Here comes Klaas then, as if this wasn't already enough of a done deal. Klaas is right in the gearbox then of Nathaniel Powers.
I'll tell you what, yeah, Van Schnelheid is going to compound Powers' misery here, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit, unfortunately.
And I'll tell you what, any chance that we were just saying Powers had of not being nailed on 4th, well, never mind.
Yep, there it goes. Unfortunately, the everyone's set to make up 2 pit stops on him now. Whoa, oh my god! There's no way through. They're just being bolt non-stop.
My heart skipped a beat there, as it looked as though Klaas was drifting wide into the rear end of Nikolai Milkovic. But yeah, Powers got the inside line. Klaas going to follow him through, and Milkovic trying to come back at the Dutchman here. Look at the time, 2 seconds they've lost in the final sector alone to the Matthew Porsches behind.
This is going to be a really tight race at the end, all thanks to the traffic.
Unbelievable, as Powers puts a lap on Ledesma then, but Klaas Van Schnelheid has 2 cars side by side in front of him. Milkovic gets out of the way though, he's lapped somehow. How did Milkovic get past Ledesma?
The inside. Klaas, oh no, okay, fine. The Klaas is at the inside of someone. Oh, that's Wagner, here we go. Oh no.
Oh, that's clumsy from Wagner.
He just spun him round.
Yeah, Wagner then trying to unlap himself from the race leader has just turned in too tight to the corner and collected Nathaniel Powers as the 2 Franklins wheel to wheel again. That's Powers on the outside of Gabriele Garcia trying to put a lap on. The back markers are just not giving any way, are they? Oh, I tell you what, look at the exit the Klaas has got. Klaas Van Schnelheid then from the Ascari chicane. Oh, a twitch on the straight. as he follows Powers into the Parabolica. Nathaniel Powers then leading his teammate, absolutely nothing between them then, as we've got 3 cars side by side behind us. Ruiz now. Ruiz is only 1.2 seconds off the lead. Klaas van Snelheid pulls out late, dives for the inside. Van Snelheid takes back the lead from his teammate, then pinches Powers on the apex, but Ruiz is there. Ruiz is absolutely right with him again now. Thanks to the traffic, there is less than half a second between the top 3. On board with the Brazilian in the wheel tracks of Nathaniel Powers, then the championship leader just ahead of him. He's clearly going to take points off of him today, it looks as though, at the moment, because Powers is losing time surely to with his pit strategies. Klaas van Snelheid in front now, trying to make a bit of a gap then, but Powers will be hoping to go with him, use the slipstream to defend from Ruiz.
Yeah, they're going to have to definitely play the team game here, because otherwise they could risk losing even more time.
Absolutely. This is the traffic has brought Ruiz right back into it, isn't it? And they're about to approach 2 Franklins. Mind you, they didn't do Enrique any favours last time.
No, to be fair, they didn't seem keen to let him through right away, as Zvirinas pits then from 14th place, or wherever he was.
As up front, that's Klaas has got one of the Franklins then. Hang on, this is Simon. This isn't Ruiz at all. It's Adrian Simon in 3rd place. So somewhere in the traffic, Simon must have passed his teammate.
Wait, no, of course.
No, because they were fighting, they kept swapping positions, but it was Ruiz ahead. Adrian Simon then, now to the inside of Nathaniel Powers. No, Powers covers it off, trying to, I don't know if he was covering it or trying to put a lap on someone, but this is just manic. There are cars everywhere.
It's really hard to keep track of what's going on.
Isn't it just? Powers now around the outside of, that's got to be Timo Kinnaman then. Ruiz now right on the back of these guys though. Adrian Simon looks to try and pass Powers for second into the De La Rocha chicane, but nothing doing there.
No, obviously, yeah, out of the top 4, only one of them is not a world or Formula World champion. Former world champion. Formula World champion. But, yeah.
Yeah, but he's the one leading the way.
Yeah, he is, to be fair. He's not well on his way, but he's certainly looking okay for it.
He's starting to open the gap again a bit now, isn't he? That he had before.
There we go.
Yeah, Ruiz, that's put in a lap on Dominicali then. There's a bit of free air now, I think. They've got, so Klaas is through past Addison, and I think there's a bit of a gap now to Zvirinas as Adrian Simon still pressuring Powers for second.
Yeah, he's still right in there, to be fair, but I think Klaas might just start to run away with it now.
Or at least until he hits the next block of traffic.
Yeah.
I think he'll be hoping he's made another pit stop by then.
Hang on. So that's Addison coming back at Klaas.
Yeah, as behind them, Simon down the inside of Powers. Simon moves into second.
Simon now, amazingly, looking like the closest contender for the win.
Isn't he just? Adrian Simon, let's not forget, in that Mathershaw Porsche, which was dominant earlier in the season, was absolutely shown the way, as he has been for most of the year, by Enrique Ruiz. Simon has not won a race this year, but Monza, historically, one of his strongest tracks.
Yes, obviously coming right off.
Oh, Ruiz has spun! Enrique Ruiz goes round at Lesmo 1! And, he's come back on, he's collided with someone. I think he's got away with that.
Those back markers have done extremely well to avoid contact with Ruiz there. That was really irresponsible.
Absolutely, Ruiz then. I mean, surely that throws away any chance of challenging his teammate for second now.
Defends from Carl Beckenbauer. And Beckenbauer loses himself even more places. He's wheel to wheel with Takahashi right now. Yeah, Ruiz is, he might find himself consigned to third here. Which is still,
absolutely.
It's a podium.
Mind you, he could be consigned to fourth. You think, as they run, they've all got one stop to go.
That's very true, actually.
So he will pit first, won't he? Between between Ruiz and Powers, yeah, Ruiz will stop first. He will get that undercut, but I think it's going to be all about the traffic. Look how much time Powers. Oh, that's contact! Alvarez! Alvarez and Davenport are out of the race here in Monza then.
Oh no! I thought he defended the position. I missed that.
No contact
I
then.
was like, oh, nice battling.
As Simon's passed Klaas. Klaas has been held up. Klaas van Snelheid has lost the lead of the race.
No way!
Oh, contact behind it. Chaos. That's a
There's
Franklin.
That's Addison out of the race.
No, Ruiz without a front wing. Enrique Ruiz then has lost his front wing, I think, colliding with a Franklin.
Oh my god. What's going on?
This race has gone from brilliant to chaos.
Certainly has. I don't.
That's a Chima without a front wing as well. As Adrian Simon is into the lead here at Monza.
And looking quite comfortable doing so.
Wow, I think, yeah, Klaas has been quicker all day, considering, you know, he pulled the gap on the Mathshaw Porsches, but we'll keep an eye on that one, whether he can close back up to Adrian Simon. As Enrique Ruiz, well, he was only going to make 3 stops anyway. This isn't going to harm him. He's only going to lose the time of changing his front wing.
Yeah, that's all it's going to be. But he's might make that back with the undercut.
Yeah, this isn't going to be as much of a disaster as it looks then for the defending world champion. As who was that also in the pits? Milkovic. As we've got cars parked up.
Gets caught up.
Yeah, that's Dominicali then without a rear wing. So it was Dominicali that Ruiz hit. As well, to be fair, it might have been Milkovic actually. I'm not entirely sure. There was so many cars there. As that's the class race goes back through then. So at the place that he lost the lead last time around, Simon coming into the accident scene first has harmed him as Powers runs straight over a bit of front wing, and that won't do his tyres any good whatsoever. Here we go, on board then, a replay with Alvarez. Just tried to turn into Lesmo 1 as though Davenport wasn't there. The 2 cars made contact and took them both out of race.
I don't know if that's true. He definitely left him the space.
As here we go. So this. So Dominicali hit his teammate.
So it was Addison that's out. No, is it? What? Oh, I've got the helmets wrong. Oh, hang on, that's really
He's not out. They can change rear wings, can't they?
Hoskins back into the top 5. And this is. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's ahead of Ruiz.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what. Ruiz is a mile behind now, though.
He is.
He's some 32 seconds back from Powers.
Especially since he's got this first to contend with, and that, you know, that first is, it's a little quick.
It is, although it is on the medium tyres and Ruiz is on some fresh softs.
Oh yeah, true. That's you make a good point.
As I tell you what, yeah, Hoskins has done a brilliant job here, though. He's only one more stop to go, and he's only a net 10 seconds behind Johan Halsen. Although Ruiz is making this look a lot more difficult than I think we expected. But oh no, there we go. He just opted to sweep around the outside instead. Fair play.
Nice.
Easy does it.
We'll say the soft runners of Giordano, Vasquez, Thunder, they're not miles away from Hoskins. Hoskins definitely has to, like, he needs to keep his foot in here.
Absolutely, although we do only have 10 laps left. I'll tell you what, Simon's not dropped, has he? Simon still within 5-6 tenths of Klaas van Snelheid for the lead of the race.
Here we go then, Adrian Simon versus Klaas van Snelheid. We don't see this battle too often, to be fair. Oh, what a run, look at this.
Yeah, beautiful traction there for Simon. Out of the Parabolica, but I think he's just sort of stalled, hasn't he? In the slipstream of the Dutchman.
Yeah, decided to back out of it.
Oh, he's gone for a late move.
For it up the inside.
Jesus wept.
Bloody hell, that was a decision. He definitely
wasn't. It
very much a last minute, like, fuck it.
Look at the time Ruiz is gaining. He's taken 5 seconds out of the leaders.
Oh my god. This might not yet be over. Ruiz, I think he will get his way back into the top 4 at that rate.
I think he'll get his
Wait,
way back
Hudson
into the
has
top
stopped again
3.
anyway, so yeah, to be honest, that's kind of some terrifying pace from the Brazilian.
What is a pit delta? Because if Ruiz goes much quicker, that's going to help him into the lead.
Yeah, to be fair, actually.
As,
That's Thunder.
yeah, so it's Thunder past Vasquez.
Oh gosh, and Vasquez has lost place to Zylander as well.
Yeah.
Vasquez then really stagnating. Stagnating? Is that right?
Yeah, I think since he sort of dropped back into the midfield scrap.
Yeah, stagnating where he's found himself.
And I'll tell you
But
what,
I
that
think
is
he might
really
find a way to get
unfortunate for James Vasquez, because he was driving phenomenally until that collision with Halverson.
He was doing so well. Domenicali was 3 laps down. Oh, rear wing change.
Yeah, so Enzo Domenicali still in the race then, but might as well not be.
Let's take 2 laps to replace the rear wing.
Indeed it does, as
No,
Adrian
it's
Simon still right with Klaas van Snelheid then. Van Snelheid not getting away like he did at the start of the race from the Matthew Porsche car.
No, he's. I think he's struggling a bit. I think he's. I don't know what to suggest. Mate. All I can think is that with everything that's gone on, Klaas has kind of lost his rhythm a bit, and Simon is. You know, he's got the experience. He's a bit of a riled dog. He's prepared to actually deal with these kind of circumstances.
But mind you, I mean, Klaas has been around a while now. This is his 4th season.
He's actually unexperienced, but there's one thing I do want to point out. Thunder doing a fantastic job. He's broken away from Vasquez now.
He has,
and
yeah.
is looking nailed on for at least an 8th place.
Yeah, it's certainly looking very good.
7 seconds to Giordano, but that's a fantastic weekend all around from the Brit. And
Mind
I'd
you,
say,
he will slip behind Vasquez. Vasquez were expecting to go to the end already.
oh, of course, I'd forgotten about that.
But yeah, even so, that looks like a solid 9th, doesn't it?
It certainly does. That's,
Which 2 points,
a
I
really
think,
good
will pull
performance.
Lucas back out of Q1.
oh, well out. That's I've got to say, hats off. That's one of the best drives today, as Beckenbauer is holding up everyone.
Yeah, so this is Ruiz then. Ruiz, the gap though to the leaders, down to 27 seconds. Ruiz is
getting
flying
quite
despite being in
dangerous.
amongst. I mean, how do you get out of that? That's manic. This is what's going to cost him, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of traffic to deal with. That's it. He's already made it past Halverson, and he's made it past Kanga, who is about to be lapped by Halverson.
Yeah, but look what it's cost him through turn 1 alone, through the Rettifilio chicane. 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's rough. That is not a good draw at all.
That's Beckenbauer now, customer team, but well, Beckenbauer's not going to let him have that one easily, is he? Oh, and Beckenbauer tries to put him in the gravel as well.
Yeah, well, we can't make things look too too easy, you know.
Yeah, and look at that, he's back down to 30 seconds behind the leaders. This is
That
costing
might
Ruiz
be
all of the time he
deciding
gained.
factor.
As now, finally then, it looks as though he's got clear of Beckenbauer, and I think...
Yeah, but might want a little look up the inside, but no, Ruiz definitely keeps that covered.
Oh, Christ, yeah, that's Halverson going with him.
Yeah, Halverson is doing really well here.
Yeah, so Ruiz then...
Hoskins is at the back. Look,
Yeah, that's
Hoskins-
phenomenal from Will Hoskins.
bloody hell, that first is really phenomenal. And we haven't even had a chance to speak about the first robotics pulling out of First Motorsport.
No,
because
and to be honest, I don't think we're going to. We've got the leaders nose to tail then. Adrian Simon challenging Klaas van Snelheid into the De La Rocha chicane, but they've got... That's Dominicas Sviranas then splitting them now. That's not going to help Simon whatsoever.
no, that's interesting choice there from Zviranas to split the leaders. when you're a lap down, but yeah.
There's Ruiz then, right.
Oh, hang on.
I think Ruiz has got a bit of clear air now between Beckenbauer and up to the back of Gabriel Garcia, but then there is quite a group in front of him again. It's all going to be about when these the leaders pit and how much time Ruiz can gain in the meantime.
Yeah. As we look at Klaas now, he's trying his best to pull away.
I think, yeah, to be honest, I think he might have just done it now. With the aid of Dominik Aspirinas, I think Klaas, with that 1 second buffer back to Simon, has
yeah.
just about got enough of a gap now, because that will put Simon just about out of the slipstream.
Yeah, Simon's not going to get... I think that might be what she wrote. But that said, oh, actually...
There is still a pit stop to come.
Yeah, true. There's Vasquez and Zolander really duking out here. Thunder is they've really caught Giordano. What happened there?
I can only assume traffic.
Yeah. Ooh, I mean, oh yeah. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because that's who is? Oh, that must be Dominicali that lapping.
Yeah, so Giordano leaking 7-second lead, losing a second set.
I know what you meant.
That big. Yeah. Now down to just over a second. This is going to be a great fight for 8.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if Ruiz has caught Garcia and that next little sort of like midfield battle pack, but he's suddenly stopped gaining considerable amounts of time.
It would add
The
up.
gap has stalled at 31 seconds. As Simon now finally got past Sverinas, but Klaas van Snelheid is a second and a half to the good now.
Yeah, Adrian's got to pull someone out really special here.
And Klaas dies for the pits then. So Downton covering off the undercut. Matthew Porsche going for the overcut then. Simon stays out as Klaas van Snelheid pits then at the end of lap 48.
He might make it to the end of his last set. I don't know.
Who?
Klaas.
I'd hope so.
I'm funny, just laugh at my jokes.
As Van Snelheid exits the pits then, where is he? Oh, he's well clear of Ruiz then.
Clear air.
So, in fairness, I'll tell you what, the pit stop delta is about 18.5, 19 seconds.
Oh.
Is that useful now with 4 laps to go?
That is so useful. I'm so glad we got that information.
Wonderful. In fairness, it might be. We've still got a lot of pit stops to come.
Vasquez is looking for a cheeky move on Thunder.
He's ahead of Halverson. Vasquez is ahead of Halverson.
No way. Oh my god! He is!
Halverson then has just made his final pit stop, and Vasquez, having pitted earlier, is through, and what's that, some 7 seconds clear?
7. I can maths.
6.
69.
Oh, that's a Downton.
Oh.
That's a Downton in the gravel. Who is it? It's Powers. It's Nathaniel Powers then from second place. For the second time, has collided with a backmarker and found himself in the gravel trap. And once again, after recovering, he's got his teammate all over him.
Klaas is just saying hello.
Oh, Powers puts him on the dirt.
Hard.
But Van Snelheid sweeps around the outsides and says, "Not again, son. Yeah, I'm not having it." As he's easily going to clear Simon, isn't he?
Simon lost a lot of time.
Yeah, didn't he just?
Something's definitely happened, so I think he might have been held up behind Powers.
I don't know. I think this might just be the power of the undercut. We saw it from Ruiz, didn't we? He gained about 5 seconds on that first lap out of the pits. It's Wagner again!
Wagner has hit Powers twice in one race.
He's got it in for him! What is going on there with Wagner? Simon's come out behind Ruiz!
He has?
But he's got fresher tyres. We've seen how quick fresher tyres are. In fact, that might play into Halverson and Vasquez as well. We'll have to keep an eye on that battle. There's Giordano. Yep, nerfs Thunder again. He's totally lost the end plate now, hasn't he?
He has. It's just gone. Like, we don't need that. It's fine.
Right,
Aerodynamics
who have we got then?
boost.
So, Class is leading and has made all of his stops. Powers is second, but we assume we'll have to stop one more time.
Yeah.
So Ruiz and Simon in third and fourth have both made their stops. We'll keep an eye on Adrian Simon though, because he is on much fresher tyres, although losing time at the moment to his teammate. Vasquez, we think, has made all his stops, so Vasquez could be on for a great result here.
Yeah.
As, Powers does dive in then. And well,
Here
this
he comes,
is
then, so it's just going to be fourth place, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely nailed on. As Enrique Ruiz then gap, yes, only 1.5 back to Simon. Simon is closing in ever so slightly now. As they both easily breeze past Nathaniel Powers, who's twice been nerfed off the road today by Elroy Wagner.
Let's make it 3.
Now let's not make it 3.
But Wagner's in front of him. He's got to go get him.
No. Hasn't? No,
With,
Wagner will have to
3
pit.
laps to go,
Wagner's
I
on the
think he will.
mediums, he'll have to pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, right. So the top four... Oh, no, Vasquez pits!
Oh,
James
no.
Vasquez then, who we thought was going to make it to the end, has had to pit for a 4th time on those soft tyres following his collision earlier on with Halverson, and that is surely going to rob him of a chance of some great points. Although...
That said, he's right on the back of Giordano.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Oh, hang on.
Zylander
Couple
and
seconds
Perez
back.
ahead of him should both pit again. Oh no, Zylander was close to a 1-stop, wasn't he?
He was very close to a 1-stop. I think he might make it work.
Do you know, he might, and this could be absolutely brilliant for Zylander and for Phoenix in a season where the Belgian has had nothing, let's be fair, but bad luck.
To be fair, I think the team has had nothing but bad luck.
But Alvarez has had
They've
some
done-
pretty solid results.
Alvarez has done well, but like in the grand scheme of things, based on the pace of their car, they could have been doing a lot better as Zylander goes defensive in Dugascari for some reason.
Are you sure? He's we're not watching Zylander.
Here we are.
No, we're not. Oh, yes, there, sorry. I was looking at Halverson, I wasn't watching the background.
DNF'd.
No, I wasn't looking in the background. I was watching what was...
Oh, right.
So yeah, that was Zylander defending from one of the back markers then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he pits!
Oh, no.
Zylander does pit then. So where's that going to put him?
I think it puts him 11th, I think.
Yeah, just behind Hoskins, I think it will, won't it?
Oh, hang on. It might...
I'll tell you what, Simon is on the tail of Enrique Ruiz.
That's 10th. Simon's right on Ruiz. Zylander has come out in the points.
Oh, he has!
Got 10th.
Yeah, Zylander's 10th then. Perez,
Oh.
though, I think Perez might have to pit again. Although,
Yes,
I don't
we
know,
don't know what Perez-
we're on to the penultimate lap. No, we
wait,
won't.
wait.
Matson pits.
Matsson's done that for why?
Oh, no. Oh, to be fair, they're only at the end of lap 51. As,
Oh, yeah.
Klaas van Snelheid then, somehow, we're on to the final lap of the race. And this has happened all too quickly. As Adrian Simon is not going to take that line down. He is looking for a way past Ruiz and into second then. Simon all over the back of his teammate. Ruiz defends the inside line. That's going to open it up for Adrian Simon to go through at the Rettifino chicane. Simon into second.
Fantastic stuff. That is a. It's nice to see the team let the drivers race. Like, oh man, this is just it's been such a good watch. This whole race
Hasn't
It's
it
phenomenal.
just? As
He's
Ruiz
coming
trying to come
back.
back at him then. Enrique Ruiz, they're wheel to wheel on the final lap. Matthew Porsche will be absolutely covering their eyes on the pit wall. But it's Simon sweeps around the outside of Lesmo 1.
Pits.
I think that's done. I think that is over and done with. Oh, Perez does pit.
Oh no! What could have been such a good comeback for the first team?
Yeah, disaster. So they're
barely
going to
gonna
pick up 1 point, aren't they? But it's Klaas van Snelheid then.
heartbreaking.
We're watching him round the Parabolica for the final time in what has been A phenomenal race, but Klaas has kept his nose clean. Came unstuck a little, lost the lead temporarily, but fought it back. Klaas van Snelheid wins at Monza then to take the Italian V-Prix of 2020. He's going to be some 10 seconds clear at the end of Adrian Simon. And tell you what, that Klaas puts him right back in the title fight. Simon taking second and crucial points from his teammate, but beating Ruiz on track then. For one of very few times this season, Enrique Ruiz completes the podium. Powers, having been nerfed off the track twice by the man who crosses the line just behind him, finishes down in fourth, and you have to wonder what might have been in the end if it hadn't been for those two incidents. Johan Halverson is going to take a very, very strong fifth place indeed for North Star. It should have been sixth behind Vasquez, but contact between them earlier put Vasquez onto a four-stop strategy. He's recovered to seventh though, just behind Puccio Giordano. That is still a stellar drive from Vasquez, but I think this is the man of the race, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, Marcus Thunder, that car, I mean, it just hasn't looked like it's capable of being like that fast, like that kind of performance, and he's just taken it to heights and beyond.
Absolutely. A stellar drive then from Marcus Thunder to put his Lucas 8th at the checkered flag, just ahead of Thierry Zylander and Will Hoskins then, who round out the points. But my God, I am absolutely breathless. That was phenomenal.
I'm exhausted from that one.
One of the best Formula Virtual races, I think, of all time. As Klaas van Snelheid takes the win ahead of Adrian Simon and Enrique Ruiz. What a race. Arguably one of the best races in Formula Virtual history. Sees Klaas van Snelheid top the podium then. Adrian Simon and Enrique Ruiz complete in the rostrum, just ahead of Nathaniel Powers, who was knocked off the road twice, as we mentioned, by Elroy Wagner. Strong drives from Halverson and Vasquez, but Marcus Thunder taking brilliant points for Lucas there, as his teammate retired in the collision with Alvarez. It was Klaas van Snelheid who took the fastest lap, and that means big things in both championships. So it's Powers who leads in the drivers then. The gap between him and Ruiz down to 5 points. Klaas just 13 behind. It is only those three who can now win the title. Adrian Simon has moved up to fourth, but he is 3 points shy of that magic number 50 that he needs to be able to take the championship. So it is just the three. Marcus Thunder gains a whopping 5 places with those 4 points, but they help Lucas arguably even more then in the Constructors' Championship. At the top, it's still Downton leading. Their gap is 45 points over Mathshaw, so they can clinch it in Mexico next time out. They just need to lose more than 2 points. Westwood go back past Ocelot for 7th. Lucas have jumped up from 12th into 10th, which puts Chima back into Q1. But that's all from our race here in Monza. So from both me and Lily, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for round 15 from Mexico City, Mexico.